Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the channel. This is Mr. R. In the background, you just have some gameplay going on from some Liberty Falls gameplay that I was doing earlier. I just wanted to talk a little bit about some of the updates that we got on the COD Pod episode number 4 today. So, we got a lot of interesting and exciting information coming out about the new Zombies map coming out on December 5th, which as of right now is just 2 days away. Okay, that map is called Citadel de Morts. It's sort of a castle setting a la Der Eisendrache with a gothic sort of setting. It's going to apparently feature some magical elements, which is nice. Okay, talked a lot about some like sort of Arthurian legend stuff that's going to be going on, which is super cool to see zombies sort of tying into that. And they actually mentioned that the roots of Dark Ether and what Dark Ether is going to be tied in with Arthurian legend in some way, which is super, super cool. For those of you who don't know what Arthurian legend is, it's basically like the story of King Arthur and all of the sort of magical things that go along with that. So I'm very, very interested to see kind of where they go with that storyline and see how that kind of pans out. Now, we are getting, of course, new perks, new field upgrades, new ammo mods throughout the seasons as the game progresses. We're getting one of each with the new release of DLC 1 coming very soon on December 5th. So the perk that we're getting, they have confirmed now, is Vulture Aid. Now, there's been a lot of debate in the zombies community on what the perk was going to be and what people wanted it to be. I know personally I'm a double tap guy. I'd love to have double tap in the game. Maybe we'll get it eventually. Not the first one, of course. So we are getting Vulture Aid. Now, Vulture Aid was a perk that was last seen on Buried in Black Ops 2. And what Kevin Drew mentioned that it's going to do in Black Ops 6 is it's going to make zombies drop more ammo, more salvage, more lethals, and presumably some of the augments will be able to make zombies drop more power-up drops or things like that. So this is probably going to help a lot with the salvage problem. It's going to make salvage a lot easier to come by. And we don't know what any of the augments for this are just yet, so we'll have to see as time goes on what we're actually going to get out of this, but I'm interested to see kind of what we're going to get. Now, the field upgrade is Tesla Storm, which we've seen before. It basically turns the player into like a living Tesla coil, and it can also chain between you and your teammates. So if you all use Tesla Storm at the same time, you can chain lightning between you, which is pretty cool. A couple of people have mentioned, and I do tend to agree, that if you just keep adding more and more perks that are like damage-based perks, it's going to be harder and harder to find a difference between them. You know, you do a field upgrade that does damage, and then you do another field upgrade that does damage a slightly different way, but they both do damage and they both kill zombies, and then that's pretty much it. So I'm interested to see maybe if there's some interesting things that you can do with the chain lightning between the co-op teammates and stuff. It could even somehow tie into an Easter egg where you have to maybe all use your Tesla Storm at the same time to provide power to something. It could be a cool method. Now, for the ammo mod, we're getting a new ammo mod that we've never seen in zombies before, called Light Mend. Basically what this is when you kill a zombie, presumably not every zombie you kill, but when you kill zombies, they'll spawn basically like a health orb, which is going to be used for healing yourself or your teammates, and those will kind of just pile up on the ground around you. So if you're training up in like a specific area, there'll be these little health orbs dropping, and when your health drops, you can kind of pick them up. Or if your teammates lose health, you can kind of pick those up as well. Kevin Drew did mention there was one augment that would be able to also turn these little healing orbs into a little bit of an offensive, meaning that if zombies run into them, zombies can also take damage, which is interesting. Now, this was kind of leaked all over the place, but the wonder weapon or wonder weapons that are going to be on this map are, of course, swords, and there are 4 of them, elemental sort of melee weapons, tied to the magical theme of the castle, presumably. Each one will have sort of a unique power and will tether to a certain play style, so we'll see, of course, when the map releases in a couple days, what exactly those are. Okay. There are a couple new Gobblegums coming. Okay, so there's Power Surge, which is going to drop a full power. Okay, then there's one called Timeout, which is going to actually just stop the round temporarily to provide like a little window for you to recover. So this could be really, really overpowered for boss fights. So if a bunch of people in your team go down, you could pop this, and then this will give you time to heal up, go and revive your teammates, pop Gobblegum, buy ammo, so on and so forth. It's a super overpowered Gobblegum. The third Gobblegum they're adding is a whimsical Gobblegum called Holiday Cheer, and it's going to add some sort of festive visuals to the enemies, so zombies will have like wreaths around their necks and things like that. As for some holiday things that are going to be coming to the game this holiday season, Jingle Hells will return, which has been in some previous Zombies titles as well. It's a seasonal event, and specifically what it's going to do is it's going to re-theme Liberty Falls into like a wintry sort of holiday theme with some interesting gameplay modifiers. So there's going to be like some freezing mechanics where like you actually can start to freeze yourself and you get slowed and you have to like go seek shelter, go indoors and stuff. Zombies will be all rethemed. For example, the vermin have been rethemed as the tinsel makers, which is definitely interesting. Basically, they have like a little hat and boots. Of course, we don't have any visuals of this yet, but you can imagine that it's going to be very interesting. Now, last, but certainly not least, they did announce that they've made some very, very nice gameplay improvements overall, which I believe will be dropping specifically with the release of this new map and all that stuff. Special rounds, as in parasites and vermin, are made significantly shorter, which is absolutely life-changing for this game. I mean, I'm not much of a high round player myself, but I've heard some people say that up in the high rounds, you can get to a point where there are 45 plus minute long vermin rounds when you get up into like the 800, 900 area, which is absolutely ridiculous. So hopefully for those people who are going for high rounds, that's a little bit easier. They've also changed the spawn rate of manglers pretty significantly. So like when you get to round 31, sometimes you can have 4 or 5 manglers spawning in all at the same time. That is no more. You'll no longer have 4 or 5 manglers spawn in all at the same time. You'll get a couple of manglers, maybe 2, maybe 3, and it will continue to ramp up, obviously. And they've added a cap to the mangler spawn rate, so whatever the cap is for what they called active manglers, the amount of manglers that are on the map at the same time, will cap at round 100. So if you're going for round 999, you'll never have more than however many manglers you had in round 100 at the same time. And they also made it so that the cannon on the manglers was a little bit easier to hit as well, or rather easier to break off. So that will probably make the manglers slightly easier to kill, which is, again, nothing to complain about. Now, as of right now, it is December 2nd when I'm recording this, so the gameplay trailer for Citadel Day More is coming out tomorrow on December 3rd. We're going to definitely watch that and try to give you guys some information on what you can expect and what's coming here on the channel, so stay tuned for that. Otherwise, please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. We are on the road to 1,000 subscribers, so make sure that you subscribe if you have not already. If you'd like more news, feel free to let me know down in the comments, because this is sort of my first video of this particular style. I'd love to see your thoughts down below if you liked it. Otherwise, stay tuned for more videos. Check out the other stuff on the channel. Posting pretty much every day right now, so we'll definitely see you soon. Thanks for watching. This has been Mr. R. Enjoy.